What if we rank the soups of the boys' universe? According to you, who would come out on top? Would it be Homelander, the guy whose name alone makes everyone terrified, pure nightmare fuel? Or would it be Soldier Boy, whose blast can literally strip soups of their powers? Or maybe some underrated character who people ignore but who is actually the most dangerous of them all? So today we're going to rank the 10 most powerful soups in the boys universe. Some names on this list will feel obvious, some will completely shock you, mind equals blown. And there's one character who could officially be the strongest, but almost nobody even guesses their name. Before starting the video, make your guess for the top 3. Will it be Murray, Homelander, Black Noir, or is there some dark horse, unexpected contender who's going to dominate this list? So let's begin with number 10, Sam Ryden. We are starting this list with one of the most powerful soups shown in Gen V Sam Ryden. Sam is a soup with insane levels of strength, invulnerability, and the ability to make massive jumps, basically Hulk style movement. So mostly Sam is a brute strength type soup. Even with such a limited power set, he can still defeat almost every student in Godolphin University. Now, some people might bring up Mari, but let me tell you, Sam's raw strength is way beyond Mari's blood manipulation abilities. Why? Because he literally disintegrated Mari's blood webs like they were nothing, just using brute force. On top of that, he has already shown his raw strength against heavily reinforced metal walls. But Sam's biggest weakness is his mental instability because of his schizophrenia. So, no matter how powerful he is, you can never truly call Sam a skilled fighter. Number 9, Black Noir. Now, the Black Noir we are talking about here is the original Black Noir. He was portrayed as an assassin type soup with absolutely terrifying abilities. He has super strength, master level combat skills, and insane healing abilities. He survived point blank explosions like it was nothing. Black Noir also possessed longevity powers, slow aging. We saw that he had been around since the Payback Team era, back when Soldier Boy and Crimson Countess were basically the face of what. Now the same problem that Sam has also existed in Black Noir's schizophrenia. But unlike Sam, Black Noir remained highly competent despite being mentally unstable. He was so dangerous that even Kimiko had to run for her life against him. Number 8, Queen Maeve. Yes friends, one of the top members of the original 7 and Homelander's biggest hater, Queen Maeve, absolutely deserves a spot on this list. If you're talking about strength and experience, Queen Maeve can easily handle the two characters we mentioned before her. In fact, Maeve was such an elite fighter that when Kimiko and Annie together couldn't properly handle Stormfront, Maeve was literally manhandling Stormfront in one-on-one close combat, absolute domination. As for durability, Maeve was strong enough to clash directly with Soldier Boy and even survived his power blast at point blank range. So yes, Queen Maeve was always an insanely formidable soup. The only problem with Maeve is her self-doubt. Against opponents stronger than herself, she has always mentally held herself back. That's why she avoids participating in most fights. Number 7, Stormfront. One of Watt's OG soups, Stormfront can basically be called the progenitor of all soups because this whole story started with her. Stormfront has terrifying electrical powers, insane flight abilities, and ridiculous invulnerability. She could even tank Homelander's eye beams for a long time. The only issue is Clara's twisted ideology, full psycho vibes. As a tactician and fighter, Stormfront isn't as skilled as Maeve, but she knows exactly how to use her brute strength effectively. We've already seen that in her fights. But what gives Stormfront an advantage over Maeve is her ranged attacks. Her lightning projection allows her to kill targets without even entering close combat. Number 6, Victoria Neumann. Now, the exact mechanics behind Victoria Norman's mind blowing powers were never fully explained, but from what we've seen, it feels like she creates some kind of force field pressure inside a person's body, causing their heads to explode. And the scary part? Victoria could do this to multiple targets simultaneously, like we saw during the press briefing massacre scene. Even worse, she could use these powers from extremely long distances, which made her unbelievably dangerous because her targets would never even realize someone was remotely blowing up their heads. At one point in the series, Victoria was even called the second most powerful soup after Homelander. Of course, once Soldier Boy entered the picture, things changed. But still, Victoria was insanely powerful. In fact, she tanked Homelander's eye blast without even getting scratched. Number 5, Cindy. Sage Grove Center was basically a nightmare asylum where Watt experimented on mentally unstable people. When the boys visit the facility in season 2, they encounter Cindy. Cindy is probably the most powerful telekinesis user ever shown in this universe, and her abilities operate on an entirely different level. She was trapped inside Sage Grove only because she didn't want to leave. The moment she stepped out, she crumbled multiple reinforced steel doors like paper. Absolutely terrifying. That means Cindy has insane mastery over her powers and can neutralize multiple targets simultaneously. She doesn't just explode heads, she can literally explode entire bodies. On top of that, she is incredibly durable. Multiple bullets did nothing to her, and even Stormfront's lightning attacks couldn't scratch her. And we've already seen that Cindy's powers work even against powerful soups. Like in season 4's ending, when Cindy started crushing Annie's body, Annie realized within seconds how dangerous she was and immediately had to retreat. And remember, Annie herself has extremely high durability. Number 4, Marie Moreau. Now, I already know this pick is going to create chaos in the comments. Fan wars incoming because many of you consider Marie ridiculously overpowered. But hear me out. At first, Marie was introduced as someone with blood manipulation powers, but what she later achieved went far beyond that. She cured Polarity's neurological condition at the tissue level. She healed her sister's throat injury completely. She even healed and restructured Godolkin's body. So understand this clearly. Marie's abilities are not just blood manipulation, they go much deeper. She can perform high level cellular regeneration and biological restructuring at the level of cells and tissues. That shows an insane level of mastery over her powers. And honestly, we can easily place Marie above everyone mentioned so far. But things become really interesting with the next names because the upcoming characters are on such a different level that they've already proven their bodies can't even be damaged internally, let alone restructured. Number 3, Soldier Boy. The Alpha and Omega beginning and end of Gen V soups. Soldier Boy is so absurdly overpowered in the boys' universe that his DNA was literally used to create the strongest soup in the world, Homelander. That alone tells you everything. Soldier Boy's physiology is described as almost indestructible in the show. You basically cannot injure him, and we've seen that ourselves. Across every encounter he's ever had, Soldier Boy has never suffered serious damage. He's so physically durable and invulnerable that he practically has no known weakness. The toxic gas Frenchie thought could affect him, Soldier Boy literally inhaled it like cigarette smoke, absolute menace. On top of that, Soldier Boy is one of the very few people in the universe who fought Homelander one on one without getting scratched. And then comes his most broken power, the energy blast. Most people think it's just destructive, but when it hits a soup, it vaporizes the compound V inside their blood. In simple words, Soldier Boy can permanently turn a soupe back into a normal human, and he's already done it before. Number 2, Homelander. Homelander was Watt's ultimate project, their attempt to create the strongest soupe in existence. Even after using Soldier Boy's DNA, they still pumped more compound V into Homelander than any other soup ever created. Homelander possesses every classic Superman style ability imaginable. He's unbelievably strong, insanely powerful, can fly, shoot eye beams, and has ridiculous invulnerability. The biggest example of this was when he grabbed Victoria Neumann and literally challenged her to explode his head. The fear on Victoria's face said everything. She knew Homelander wasn't just durable externally, even internally, his body was too powerful for her abilities to affect him. Maybe she had already tried before and failed. That's probably why she never attempted it again. Homelander isn't just a soup in the boys' universe. He's the benchmark, the standard everyone is measured against. Every character on this list has basically been judged according to Homelander's level. So, it doesn't matter who you are, you cannot be stronger than Homelander. Equal? Maybe. Stronger? Almost impossible. But there is one person who might surpass even Homelander, his own blood. Number 1, Ryan. Ryan Butcher is the ultimate biological successor to Homelander and the most successful outcome imaginable. Ryan is the first Supe whose powers are completely hereditary. As Homelander's biological son, Ryan possesses every single one of Homelander's abilities. And despite still being a teenager, Ryan already demonstrates power levels comparable to an adult Homelander. But what truly makes Ryan more dangerous than Homelander is the uncontrollable intensity of his powers. Homelander's continuous eye beams couldn't fully destroy Stormfront, but Ryan's single blast practically turned her into charcoal. Absolutely brutal. Every power that exists in Homelander exists in Ryan too, but potentially at an even higher level. And Sage herself hinted at this while talking to Homelander, saying that there exists one person capable of successfully stopping him. A lot of people think she meant Marie, but no, friends, that person is Ryan. So, friends, that was the top 10 list of the most powerful soups in the boys universe. If you look carefully, the power scaling in this universe is actually very interesting. It's not just about brute strength, the nature of powers, control, and experience all matter equally. That's exactly why characters like Homelander, Soldier Boy, and even Cindy become global level threats. But now, tell me, what do you think about this list? Did we rank someone too high or too low? Or is this list perfect? Let's discuss everything in the comments. If you enjoyed the top 10 list, make sure to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.